Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. I am HD Signatures. For those of you that are just seeing this face for the first time, hi, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am going to be jumping on the Viral Latte Makeup tutorial, but I am going to be pairing it with espresso because espresso is also as trendy as latte. One part of my face is going to be latte makeup look and the other side of my face is going to be espresso makeup look. So guys, if you are in doubt, I am going to clear it and show you the difference between these two viral makeup looks. So keep on watching.
Something that makes me look at you too out there. Baby, you can give.
I'm going to start with a clean, well moisturized face, which is what I already did. And the next product I'm going to be applying on my face is a primer, and this is from CPD. This is their Hydro Grip Primer. I'm going to tap this on my face because this primer has a gripping consistency. I'm quickly going to work that into my skin and add on to the next product. So on the part where I'm going to be doing latte, I am using tinted moisturizer. This is what I did by myself. I created this, I mixed this tinted moisturizer by myself. So I'm going to carefully tap that on my skin. And on the part where I'm doing espresso, I am using my fingertip to dot the foundation. And here I'm using Milani foundation and I'm using a buffing brush to apply that. This buffing brush is from Beauty by Aubrey. So guys, on the part where I am applying makeup for latte, I am going to be adding warmth. So I'm going to be using a tinted moisturizer, but this is a lot, like 2 shades deeper than my skin tone. This is going to add warmth to my face. I'm using my fingertip to apply that. And on the part where I'm doing espresso, I'm going to be applying a foundation from Debbie Luster. This foundation is also 2 shades darker than my skin color and it's also warm. And that is also going to add warmth to my skin. I'm using a brush to apply that. Also, I am using that same brush. I'm pinching that brush to, carefully contour my nose. Then I'm going over with the buffing brush, that's the foundation brush, to blend that into my skin. You can see how that blended well into my skin without leaving any lines. Then for the part where I'm doing latte, I'm using a concealer. The concealer I'm applying here is from Milani. I like this concealer a lot because of how well it covers up my spot, and when you leave it to dry down a bit, it builds up and it gives you good coverage and it doesn't move, it's waterproof, so I love it a lot. On the part where I am doing espresso, I'm also going to use that same concealer to dot conceal the blemishes I have on that part, but it's not as much as what I have on the part where I'm doing latte. So the part I'm doing latte, I'm using my fingertip to blend that in. The reason why I'm using my fingertip is most of the product that I applied on the parts where I'm doing latte are moisturizing, so there's no point using a brush. Using a brush or using a beauty sponge will take away from the little coverage that product is supposed to give. That is the reason why I'm using my fingertip. And on the part where I am doing espresso, I'm using a brush to blend that into my skin. So guys, for my under eyes, I am going to be using that same concealer, the one I use in concealing my spots. The excess of using that is because it's a lot closer to my skin color. I'm using that to conceal my under eyes, to bring it forward, to give it flat looks, flat, smooth appearance before going ahead to brighten it. Then I'm going to be contouring. For the part where I'm doing espresso, I'm using a really dark creamy shade product to contour the part where I'm doing espresso. While the part I'm doing latte, I'm using like a warm under to add more warmth to my face and also give it a little bit of depth. Then I'm going to be adding cream blush on both sides. So for the part where I am doing latte, I'm using a concealer that is light. It dries down matte, but it's light, so it's ideal for someone that wants to wear concealer on a daily basis. While on the part where I'm doing espresso, I'm using a concealer that is thick, full coverage, and it builds to full coverage when you leave it to dry. I'm applying that on the part where I am doing espresso. So I'm using 2 different sponges to blend both sides. So I'm going to be using same setting powder to set my under eyes. And for the part where I have espresso makeup on, I'm going to top that with a compact powder to further give it a smooth full coverage under eye look. For my brows, the part for latte, I'm making the brows a lot lighter, while the part for espresso, I'm making it a lot deeper and darker. Then I'm going to apply concealer on the part for latte. I'm using a concealer that is close to my skin, just because I am doing an everyday wearable makeup look. And on the part where I'm doing espresso, I'm using a white eyeshadow primer. That will help whatever eyeshadow color I'm going to be placing on it pop really well. So guys, for the part where I am doing latte, I use a bronzer powder to add depth to my crease, to add warmth and depth to my crease, because latte has warmth, beigey kind of look going on with the coffee, because these looks are drawn from coffee beverages. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a lighter shade of powder on my lid, just to bring the lid forward for the part where I'm doing latte, and also add a bit of bronzer on the middle part to bring it forward. That's for latte. Then for the part where I am doing espresso, I'm going to apply a black creamy that as a base. Then I'll go ahead and apply an eyeshadow. The eyeshadow I'll be applying on the part for espresso is deep and is rich. It's a dark brown rich eyeshadow. On the part where I am doing latte, using brown eyeliner on that part. For the part where I am doing espresso, I'm applying black eyeliner, and I'm going to smudge it out really well, because I really want to smoke out that liner. I don't want to have any precise line on that part. I want to smoke out everything. Then the part where I am doing latte, I'm using a beigey concealer to bring my eye forward, to open up my eye really well. I'm putting that in my waterline. For the part where I am doing espresso, I'm using a black eyeliner, and I also went ahead to fix lashes. The lashes I used there, it's not so dramatic, guys. It's so soft, but it's fuller than the one I used on the part for latte. The one I use for latte is like an everyday type of lashes for someone that likes to wear lashes on a daily basis. But if you don't like to wear lashes, you can skip that. Then I will use a mascara to bring out my false eyelashes. So guys, I'll be going ahead to set my face with a face powder, and to further bring more dimension to my face on the part where I'm doing espresso, I'm going to be that bronzer I used on my eye for latte. I'm using that on the part where I'm doing espresso to carve out my cheekbone, to bring more structure to my face. And I'm going with my powder brush to blend that into my skin so I don't have any ash line. We are going for really strong, nice, dramatic look, but we don't want to leave any ash lines. Then I'm going to be applying a blush on that part. I will extend it to the side of my forehead. Then on the side where I am doing latte, I'm just applying it sparingly. Then for my highlighter, I'm going to run my brush through the 4 highlighters here. These highlighters are different for different skin tones, so I'm going to run it through it and place it on the part where I'm doing espresso, my forehead, my brows, my chin, because that part we are going all out. It's full coverage. And on the part where I'm doing latte, I'm just going to be, like I said, I'm applying it sparingly. Then for the inner part where the latte makeup look is, I'm going to use a concealer. That's the concealer I used on the part where I did espresso under my eyes. I'm using that to bring forward the inner part of my eyes in the latte side. Then for the espresso side, I'm going to be using a dark, deep, rich, glossy lip gloss from Parlor Beauty. I'm going to put that there. And for the part where I have latte makeup look, I am going to be using a pinkish nude glossy lip gloss, and I'm also going to apply a clear gloss on it. And guys, this is the finished look. What do you guys think? What part do you guys like most? For me, I vibe the latte side a lot because I am a latte girl, guys. Any day, anytime. If I'm going to be wearing makeup every day, I would definitely wear latte. For the part where I did espresso, I will leave espresso for photo shoot, but this looks really beautiful, guys. I love how they both turned out. What do you guys think?
Something, baby, I do it all the time.